You've been told your whole life that if you just work hard enough, you can become a millionaire. Cool story. So why are only about 8% of Americans actually there? Let that sink in. You're watching this on a phone you're probably still making payments on, while 22 million people in this country are sitting on $1 million or more. That's not a coincidence. That's a system. And today, we're pulling back the curtain. What is up, M-Cubed family? You're watching M-Cubed Money Mindset Makeover. This isn't just a channel, it's a mindset revolution. Subscribe to elevate your money mindset, elevate your life. Becoming rich isn't about saving pennies, it's about building systems that work while you sleep. Let's dive in. Okay, real talk. How many times have you scrolled past some lifestyle influencer flexing a Lambo and thought, must be nice? But here's the question nobody's actually answering for us. How many people in America are actually millionaires? Like real ones? Not just people who look rich online, because the number might surprise you. And more importantly, once we break down who these millionaires are, how they got there, and what that means for you right now, this video is going to hit different. Stick around because today we're cracking the blueprint that can take you from broke to baller. Let's start with the raw numbers, but I'm going to make this way less boring than your economics textbook. According to the Credit Suisse Global Wealth Report and data from the Federal Reserve, the United States has approximately 22 million millionaires as of recent estimates. That sounds huge, right? Until you zoom out and realize the US has about 335 million people total. Do that math real quick. 22 million out of 335 million is roughly 6.5 to 8% of the population. So for every 100 people in America, about 7 are millionaires. The other 93? Still in the struggle. And here's where it gets spicy. The US actually has more millionaires than any other country on Earth. More than China, more than Germany, more than the UK. We win the most millionaires trophy. But we also have some of the most jaw-dropping wealth inequality on the planet. Like the same country that has 22 million millionaires also has 37 million people living in poverty. That's the America we're living in, my M-Cubed fam. This is where things get really interesting, and where most people get it completely wrong. A millionaire is not someone who makes $1 million a year. That's income. A millionaire is someone whose net worth, assets minus debts, equals or exceeds $1 million. Translation: if your house is worth $800,000, your 401k has $300,000 in it, and you owe $200,000 on your mortgage, your net worth is $900,000. Not quite there, but you're close. Meanwhile, some person making $250K a year who's got $400K in student loans, a $50K car note, and rents a luxury apartment, their net worth might be negative. High income, low wealth. See the difference? One of the biggest misconceptions is that high income equals wealth. Nope. Wealth is about what you keep and grow, not what you earn. That's a key M-Cubed principle right there. Save, invest, earn, budget. All 4 pillars working together. But here's the real twist. Because of inflation, $1 million in 2025 doesn't carry the same weight it did in 1990. Back then, $1 million was genuinely life-changing for most people. Today? In cities like San Francisco, New York, or Miami, $1 million in net worth might just mean you own your home free and clear. You're not exactly popping bottles every night. The new goalpost many financial experts suggest? Around $3 to $5 million to truly achieve comfortable, sustainable financial freedom in today's economy. That's the real number. So yes, the goal just got bigger, but so does the opportunity if you start now. Okay, here's the part that might blow your mind a little. When you picture a millionaire, what comes to mind? Tech bro? Celebrity? Wall Street wolf? Reality check. Most US millionaires are not who you think. According to decades of research from books like The Millionaire Next Door and studies from Fidelity Investments, the average American millionaire looks something like this. They're in their mid to late 50s. They drove that car for 10 years. They shop at Costco and clip digital coupons. They didn't inherit the money. About 80% of US millionaires are first-generation wealthy, meaning they built it themselves. They didn't go viral on TikTok. They went boring on their budget. Their most common jobs? Engineer, accountant, teacher, small business owner, manager. Not exactly the Lamborghini crowd. They got rich slowly, consistently, and quietly. Through compound interest, real estate, employer-matched 401ks, and staying out of stupid debt. Now hold on, because this part matters. About 21% of millionaires held 3 jobs at some point in their lives. 62% say living below their means was the one factor in their success. And 94% say they had a consistent savings and investment plan they stuck to for years. Boring is the blueprint. That's the real plot twist. Okay, let's slow down and get real for a second. Because I know what some of you are thinking right now. That's cute. Those millionaires built wealth in a totally different economy. My situation is different. And you know what? You're right. It is different. And it's important to acknowledge that. The average millennial entered the workforce during the 2008 financial crisis. Student loan debt in the US just hit $1.7 trillion, and millennials hold the biggest chunk. Meanwhile, the average rent in a major US city is pushing $2,000 a month, more in cities like New York or LA. Wages have barely kept pace with inflation. And the cost of starting a family, buying a home, or even just going to the doctor, it's brutal. You're not lazy. You're exhausted. And the system profits off your burnout. Hustle culture sold us this idea that if we just grind harder, sacrifice our sleep and social life, and drink enough protein shakes, we'll make it. But that's not wealth building. That's survival mode with better branding. The millionaire path in 2026 isn't about sacrificing everything. It's about being strategic with what you have, even when what you have feels like not enough. Have you or someone you know been consistent about building savings even on a tight budget? Drop your story in the comments. Your experience might help someone else take their first real financial step. All right. We've seen the data. We've felt the pain. Now let's talk about what actually moves the needle. This is the formula they just don't teach in school, so take some notes. Because becoming a millionaire in your lifetime is still absolutely possible. Even for a 25-year-old making $48,000 a year in a HCOL city. Here's the secret. Time plus consistency plus smart vehicles. Let me break it down with some math that should make you feel both terrified and hopeful. If you start investing just $500 a month at age 25, with an average annual return of 8%, historically typical for diversified index fund investing, by age 65, you would have approximately $1.74 million. You put in $240,000 of your own money. The rest, over $1.5 million, is compound interest doing the heavy lifting while you sleep. This is where broke ends and ownership begins. Becoming rich isn't about saving pennies. It's about building systems that work while you sleep. That $500 a month doesn't have to be perfect. It's about starting, even if you start at 100 eds. The habit matters more than the amount right now. The 4M³ pillars in action. Save. The first step is building a financial foundation. That means an emergency fund of 3 to 6 months of expenses. No ifs, ands, or buts. Without this, every financial setback destroys your progress. High-yield savings accounts are currently offering rates above 4.5% APY. Don't leave that on the table. Invest. After savings, your next move is tax-advantaged accounts. Max your employer's 401k match first. That's a guaranteed 50 to 100% return on investment before the market does anything. Then Roth IRA, then taxable brokerage. Index funds, diversified, low cost. Set it, automate it, stop looking at it every day. Earn. This is where Gen Z and millennials actually have an edge. Side income streams, freelancing, digital products, content creation. There are more ways to earn additional income today than at any point in history. But here's the key. Every dollar of additional income should be intentionally directed, not lifestyle inflated away. Budget, not the punishment kind, the freedom kind. A budget is literally just a plan for your money. Zero-based budgeting, the 50-30-20 rule, the pay-yourself-first method. Find what works for your brain and stick with it. I've posted several videos on these budget methods, so check the M³ library on the budget playlist. Again, find one that fits you. That's the key. If you're not telling your money where to go, it will tell you where it went. These 4 pillars together, that's the system. That's the wealth machine on a modest income. Here's the real paradigm flip that separates wealth builders from wealth wishers. Stop asking, how can I make more money? And start asking, how can I make my money make money? Every millionaire in that data we discussed has one thing in common. They owned things. They owned real estate. They owned index funds. They owned businesses. They owned their debt-free vehicles. Ownership is the game. Renting, borrowing, and consuming is the opposite game. The average millionaire in America didn't wake up one day rich. They made the same boring strategic decisions over and over again for 15, 20, 30 years. They ignored lifestyle inflation when they got a raise. They reinvested dividends. They didn't touch their retirement accounts. And slowly, then all at once, the compounding kicked in. That is the cheat code, and it's available to you right now. If you're feeling this right now, stop scrolling. Unsubscribe from broke and become the CEO of your life, starting today. Hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, because your bank account will thank you later. Let's lock this in. About 22 million Americans, roughly 7 to 8% of the population, are millionaires right now. But millionaire status is about net worth, not income. And in today's economy, $1 million is a solid start, not a final destination. Most millionaires aren't celebrities or tech bros. They're regular people with long-term investment habits, living below their means, and using compound interest as their superpower. Yes, the system is harder for millennials and Gen Z. The cost of living is brutal, debt is real, and wages haven't kept up. But the strategy still works. It just requires more intentionality. The 4 pillars of save, invest, earn, and budget are your foundation. The fastest path to wealth isn't a lottery ticket or a viral moment. It's consistency, automation, and time. Start with whatever you have and start today. You walked in here wondering how many Americans are millionaires. You're walking out knowing exactly how they got there, and more importantly, how you can too. The question isn't if you can build real wealth. The question is whether you're going to keep scrolling, or whether today is the day you actually start the system. I'm rooting for you, M-Cubed family. Now go build something. Be sure to stick around for the next video popping up now. It's going to piggyback perfectly on what you just watched and be a blessing in your life. I know it, M-Cubed fam.